Okay, this is from 6.1 Solving Equations. This is a review of 6001, 2, and 3. The basic steps for solving equations are dropping the t, doing the inverse on both sides, adding the opposite, and making sure you get the variable alone. But really, you want to have an understanding of what's happening. Even though we follow these steps, you want to have an understanding of what's going on. Some things you need to know are your integer rules. We're doing adding and subtracting equations. You want to know that opposites equal 0, which means that isolates the variable. And then you want to know that the solution, when you get it, it would make the original equation each side equal to one another. So I'm going to do one, follow these steps. I drop the t. That's just a mechanic of dividing the sides in half. I'm seeing the variable. I'm adding 19 to the variable, so I'm going to add the opposite of negative 19 to both sides, plus negative 19. Okay, what happens here is this equals 0 now. Negative 19 and positive 19 equals 0. And the only thing I'm left with over here is the variable. You're not used to seeing this like that. You're used to seeing it like this. And this is where knowing your integer rules comes into place. A positive plus a negative, you would subtract 37 minus 19, which is 18, and the larger absolute value is a positive, so it's a positive 18. I should put down here absolute value as something you should have an understanding. Greater distance from 0. Okay, so I've done C for you. Number 2, drop the t, add negative 16. 24 plus negative 16 is equal to 8. Okay, and I've done these. You can stop and look at how I did these. Now, number 5 is a little bit different, so I'm going to drop the t. I'm going to do the same steps. Drop the t, plus negative 13, plus negative 13. Positive and a negative 13 equals 0, so v is alone. This is 1 plus negative 13. Well, it's a positive plus a negative. So I subtract 13 minus 1 is 12, but the greater absolute value is negative. Okay, here's another look. Drop the t, plus negative 17, plus negative 17. They equal 0. A is equal to, this is 7 plus negative 17, which is 10. Greater absolute value is a negative. Okay, and I've done 7 for you. You can slow it down and look at the steps. I've done 8 for you. Slow it down, look at the steps. And now I'm going to do number 9 for you since it's a little bit different. B plus 5 equals negative 2. I still drop the t. My variable's there, so I'm going to add negative 5, add negative 5. So this is negative 2 plus negative 5. Well, now I have a negative plus a negative, 0. B equals 2 plus 5 is 7, but they're both negatives. And you can see how I did 10, 11, and 12. Drop the t, add the opposite, they equal 0. Add the opposite, equals 0. Add the opposite, equals 0. And you can see the answers for that. So this is solving equations. Remember the basic steps when you're writing: drop the t, inverse operation, get the variable alone.